The top picture is Niagara Falls without water in 1969. The bottom picture was taken in 2016. For 6 months in the summer and fall of 1969, Niagara's American Falls were dewatered, as the American Corps of Engineers conducted a geological survey of the fall's rock face, concerned that it was becoming destabilized by erosion. These stark images reveal North America's iconic and most powerful waterfall to be almost as dry as a desert. Niagara Falls is a collective name for 3 waterfalls that straddle the international border between Canada and the US. From largest to smallest, the 3 waterfalls are the Horseshoe Falls, the American Falls, and the Bridal Veil Falls. The Horseshoe Falls lie mostly on the Canadian side, and the American Falls entirely on the American side, separated by Goat Island. The smaller Bridal Veil Falls are also on the American side, separated from the other waterfalls by Luna Island. To dewater Niagara's American Falls, the Army had to build a 600-foot dam across the Niagara River, which meant that 60,000 gallons of water that flowed every second was diverted over the larger Horseshoe Falls, which flow entirely on the Canadian side of the border. The dam itself consisted of 27,800 tons of rock, and on June 12, 1969, after flowing continuously for over 12,000 years, the American Falls stopped. The completed dewatering of the American Falls was made easier because only 10% of the water follows that route. While the Horseshoe Falls absorbed the extra flow, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers studied the riverbed and mechanically bolted and strengthened any faults they found. Faults that would, if left untreated, have hastened the retreat of the American Falls. A plan to remove the huge mound of talus deposited in 1954 was abandoned because of the high cost. Talus being the huge rock pile at the bottom of the fall. For a portion of that period, while workers cleaned the former river bottom of unwanted mosses and drilled test cores in search of instabilities, a temporary walkway was installed a mere 20 feet from the ledge of the dry falls, and tourists were able to explore this otherwise inaccessible and hostile landscape. Finally, in November of 1969, the temporary dam was dynamited, restoring the flow to the American Falls. Remember, if it's more interesting, you can find it here.